Welcome to the world of Priesthood Dispatches, where we tell your stories from the front lines of high-demand religion.
Hello world, and welcome back to the Priesthood Dispatches channel. As always, please like and subscribe, share the video wherever you feel comfortable. Today's date is the 18th of February 2022, and we're starting a brand new feature here on the channel called Multi-Level Missionary. So let's start with a little bit of history. On May the 20th, 2020, Russell M. Nelson, Henry B. Eyring, and Dallin H. Jokes peered over some old documents that were found in the time capsule under the feet of Moroni atop the Salt Lake Temple. What was in there, you might add? Some crusty papers and a bunch of coins. Nothing really that exciting. But here at Priesthood Dispatches, we have our own time capsule. Check out these two regular fry boxes, and no, they're not full of potato fries, as much as I wish they were. But what are they full of, you might ask? Well, in this video, we will be unboxing this time capsule. These boxes have moved twice with myself and my family across the UK. The contents of these boxes was gathered in 2005, and until now, 17 years later, they have been untouched, gathering dust. Many times I've considered just simply throwing the boxes out because they were damn heavy, and moving them around was a pain in the arse. But anyway, let's see what's in the boxes. Lovely little time lapse here. So we have the missionary flag. Everyone has a missionary flag. In the boxes, we have all of the planners, every letter that I wrote on my mission, every letter I received on my mission, all of my missionary photos, thousands of them, many missionary videos, and just stacks and stacks of missionary paraphernalia from my mission between 2003 and 2005 here in the UK. There is far too much material. Starting to feel slightly overwhelmed, and why did I keep it all? Well, the material was actually saved by my now wife, then girlfriend, Heather. But why multi-level missionary? Well, I think the mission field is where many a multi-level marketing scheme was hatched, or at least those who created the schemes later were trained. As you can see here from this graphic, the mission field is the ideal pyramid scheme. But it's not money that is passed up the scheme, it is numbers, 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 numbers. From the bog standard missionary at the bottom, those numbers are passed up through the district leader, who gathers his numbers together and gains reward as he passes them to the zone leader, and the zone leader then goes to meetings and passes those numbers up to the APs and the president, and the praise comes downwards to the zone leaders, and then they blow smoke up the arse of the district leaders, and then they tell the minions how well they're doing, and they go back out and knock some more doors. And that is how the mission works. And as an elder, you spend your 2 years trying to claw your way tooth and nail to the top of this pyramid of praise. So we find ourselves in episode 1 of Multi-Level Missionary. One elder's story and one girlfriend's story of how they got through the hardest 2 years. So how will this work? Week by week, we're going to take a look at each calendar week of the mission. So next week's episode will be the call and background information. My call was slightly strange, slightly irregular, and there were a few things that happened around the call that are interesting that I didn't know until after my mission, and basically show that the brethren don't give a shit where they put you on your mission. Here's a quick before and after shot of Elder PD and Sister PD. Heather, you probably noticed that Elder PD dropped a few pounds as a missionary. Heather doesn't like her haircut anymore. But those photos, the before photo was taken at the Preston, England temple on the day I took out my endowments pre-mission. And the after photo is when me and Heather got back together the day after my release. And looking back at that, there's a lot of water under the bridge, a lot of new wrinkles, a lot of new skin. And almost 17 years later, I finally maybe come to terms with what happened to me as a missionary. Let's have a look at some of this stuff then. Seriously, so much. Found a badge. Found a badge. Yeah, am I going to burn in hell for wearing this when I'm not actually a Mormon missionary? I wouldn't wear it out of the house because I wouldn't say it's a clever thing. Found the old missionary countdown. How amazing is that? So we will have a countdown of days, hours, minutes and seconds to the end of the season. So it's going to be a long one. We were talking about numbers. We've got the good old missionary planner. So my mission was half and half. I had the first half was the standard lessons with the standard blue planners, and the second half was preach my gospel when it first came out to the world and the new planners. But the thing about each of them is they had a place to record your numbers to report. Go figure, numbers were important in the don't tell them, but it looks like a pyramid. This countdown, she had a bigger one of these as well that was like A1, like massive on the wall. I think this is the one she kept at work. There's a whole folder of the Leeds leader. So it was the England Leeds mission I went to. You'll find that out when the call comes next week. But for the praise pyramid, you would have, it was a weekly edition that would come out, and it would have all of the transfer information when it's transfers, but more importantly, it would have this section. And if you'd got the best numbers, you were put on the Leeds leader. Like, that was praise indeed. You would look every week to see if you made it on the Leeds leader, and possibly if you'd not made it on for a while, maybe lie that week, just to see if you can get on. Boom, I got it 4 times. 4 times. What did I get on it for? Investigators with a baptismal date, 3. Wow, investigators attending sacrament meetings, 6. Check me out. Progressing investigators, 13. Hell. And referrals received, 18. 18 referrals. Is that true? I think so, maybe. Journals. The 12th of September 2003, serving in Sunderland. I want to go home. Life sucks. My companion is cool, but I can't do it. I'm no good at it. I'm not a good missionary. I can't talk to anyone. Constantly miserable. I miss Heather so much. It's unbelievable. Now, something that I'm, clear about here. Me, 17 years ago, TBM missionary, lovesick. Some of this is going to be fucking embarrassing, So, laugh along with me. Another journal. I kept, journals. So, we're a record-keeping people, but now I'm a record-reporting people. So, this was a good one. Next week, you'll learn about my call and where it was and some of the peculiarities. I'll say that word. But here was something that happened often. Well, bumping into people that you know. Here in the UK, you move from one end of England to the other. You still know people there because there aren't that many members, and we travel to dances and things across the country. So you know people all over the place. And I was really close to home, so I knew a lot of people. And on this occasion, I bumped into a young lady, let's call her Baby Drill. And I say I bumped into her for the first time, and that was awkward. So you stand there with your companion, who's 5,000 miles from home, and you have an awkward conversation with one of the sisters in the ward, and he says, "Why was that so awkward? Have you met Baby Drill before?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we used to make out a lot." It's just the stunned silence as your companion kind of thinks, when did you make out? There's several of these. These are all my letters to Heather. I started reading some of them. Awful. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. We had dinner at the bishop's house, and the bishop, incidentally, used to be engaged to my sister. Interesting. So here's a few photos of me as a missionary. Yeah, a lot skinnier. Freddy Krueger there. Wow. Snow. In England, that's a big thing. This is my Moroni impression. That's the Angel of the North, big statue. Elder Rigby, not very good at bowling. Christmas presents there from Heather, and driving with some of my companions and friends. Some service, driving a thing illegally. And here was a baptism, 6 baptisms in one night. Incidentally, all of those Leeds Leader things were from that. There's also a short video of, I guess, doing what missionaries do and shooting me in the mouth with some crap toy we got for Christmas. Hey! Tapes. So, big thing. I'd speak, send a tape to Heather. She had one of these as well. And we'd send tapes backwards and forwards. Now, you've heard of phone sex. You've heard of internet sex. Now imagine tape sex. No, it wasn't that bad, but I've listened to some of them, and it gets pretty steamy. Let's listen to some now. My accent is awful. And remember, he's just 17 years old, so the sound quality is not amazing, but let's see what we can get.
27th of June, 2005. Down dead flat. It's been, his start tips, but it's been one of the worst weeks of my mission. First of all, you can email Monday. That wasn't good. Then I had this whole money thing with the stolen card still. And then Bishop ruined win. We were going to get back to her this week, but now, different.
Okay, so worst day of my mission, apparently, at the beginning of that tape. Great. I'm sure it wasn't. If you enjoy the programming here at Priesthood Dispatches and feel that you could support the show, please leave a tip using the QR code above or the link in the description below. So thank you for watching. I hope you will join me on this journey. Remember, like and subscribe, hit the bell button so you don't miss an episode, and you can keep up to date with what's going on in Multi-Level Missionary. But for now, that's it from PD. I will see you in the next episode of Multi-Level Missionary. See you later. Bye.